Hello, this is Rabbi Michael Weiner with Rabbi's Reflections for Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025. Shalom. Psalm 41, verse 14, part 9. Blessed be Adonai, the God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. Amen and amen. This last verse of Psalm 41 begins in Hebrew, Baruch Adonai Yehovah, Elohei Yisrael. It is rightly translated, Blessed be Jehovah, the God of Israel. Isn't it amazing that to this day the world is struggling that their one true and living God is the God of Israel? Israel is the first among the nations, and the world has yet to reconcile to it. Isaiah 41 verses 8 and 9, But you, Israel, my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, descendant of Abraham, my friend. I took hold of you from the ends of the earth and called you from its uttermost parts, and said to you, You are my servant. I have chosen you, not rejected you. All the other nations of the earth struggle with God's preference for Israel. This rejection is not of God, but it is prophesied. Zechariah 12, verse 3b, Nevertheless, all the nations of the earth will be gathered together against her. Paul tried to put this to rest among God's people. We read in Romans 11, beginning in verse 1, I say then, God has not rejected his people, has he? May it never be. Then skipping down to verses 28 and 29, concerning the good news, they are hostile for your sake, but concerning chosenness, they are loved on account of the fathers. For the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable. Read the context. The gifts and calling upon Israel are both of God and they are irrevocable. Psalm 41 concludes, Meha'olam ve'ad ha'olam, meaning from the world or universe, also known as eternity in space, until the world or universe. This love of God, which is a blessing, will go on with Israel from eternity to eternity. It makes me think of this world and the world to come. Revelation 21, verses 1 and 2. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. I also saw the holy city, the New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Psalm 41 both begins and ends with blessing. It begins with a blessing for the man of integrity and ends with a blessing for the God of Israel. Yeshua also called forth these blessings in Matthew 5, verse 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And then in Matthew 5:11, there's a blessing reserved just for you. Blessed are you when people revile you and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you falsely on account of me. Rabbi Trail. I know this RR is a bit scattered. It's made up of a few different parts that are not well connected. Even so, I want to mention that the root of bitterness toward Israel has nothing to do with Israel or Jewish people for that matter, at least not directly. If Jewish people can be disenfranchised from God's love and favor, then God is a liar. And that's the objective. The kingdoms of this world want to make God a liar. Jeremiah 31, verse 36. Only if this fixed order departs from before me, it is a declaration of Adonai, then also might Israel's offspring cease from being a nation before me for all time. End the Rabbi Trail. And remain faithful, even when enemies hate you, and receive the blessing of the Lord. This is the message of Psalm 41. Amen and amen.